Very good morning. I'm Dr. Nimmy, Associate Professor from Vedavyasa Institute of Technology. Today I'll be discussing a little about water technology, the importance of water in our daily life. What is the importance of water? Looking at water, you might think that it is the most simple thing around. Pure water, it is colorless, odorless and tasteless. But is not at all as simple and plain as it is vital for all life on earth. Where there is water, there is life. And where water is scarce, life has to struggle or just throw in the towel. Water, that is what is life. So, what is it about water that makes it so important to us? Water, it is a major important factor for all living things. About 60% of the human body is water. Therefore, the quality of water we drink is very important. The drinking water should be totally clean, pure and free of any diseases causing microbes, and that's why it should be properly treated and disinfected before using it for drinking purpose. Where does the water comes from, or what are the sources of water? We know that it's surface water as well as groundwater. Surface water include lake, rivers and reservoirs, and groundwater include well as well as bore wells. Nowadays, water are getting very much polluted. The domestic as well as industrial pollution are making the water highly polluted, which many diseases. And also there is scarcity of water. We can see that the aquatic animals are being died due to polluted water. We are not getting drinking water, pure drinking water. We are getting skin diseases, and there is a lots of scarcity for water due to the pollution that is happening across. The pollution of water is mainly determined, or we will be quantizing the pollution in water by the terms of BOD, or biological oxygen demand. Biological oxygen demand is a measure of quantity of oxygen used by microorganisms in the oxidation of organic matter. BOD can be used as a gauge of the effectiveness of wastewater treatment plant. Higher the BOD values, the more difficult and costly are wastewater treatment and disposal practices. In the same way, another term which we use to measure the pollution is chemical oxygen demand. It determines the amount of organic pollutants found in surface water, that is lakes and rivers or wastewater. Oxidizing agents such as ferric sulfate, potassium iodide and potassium dichromate has been used to determine the COD. COD is usually expressed in milligram per liter, which indicates the mass of oxygen consumed per liter of solution. The COD test will require only 2 to 3 hours, whereas BOD will take about 5 days. So, in order to make or recycle the water, the polluted water has to undergo certain treatment. That is known as water treatment. Why the water treatment is required? Water treatment transforms raw surface and groundwater into safe drinking water. Water treatment involves two major processes, that is physical removal of solids and chemical disinfection. Why it is needed for a water treatment? It is needed to kill all pathogenic germs which are harmful to human health, to remove the unpleasant and objectionable taste and odors from the water, to remove dissolved gases, color of water, to make water fit for domestic, industrial as well as commercial uses, and mainly to remove microorganisms and colloidal matters. The water treatment consists of mainly 3 parts. The first part is the primary treatment. Primary treatment, we are removing large solids from the wastewater via physical settling or filtration. The two main processes, screening as well as sedimentation. First step and involves the removal of large non-biodegradable and floating solids such as plastic, branches, rags, metals, etc. Prevent the clogging and interference in further process. Three types of screenings are there, that is fine, medium as well as coarse stream. The second treatment is the secondary treatment, in which we are using biological treatments. Usually the biological treatment is used to treat wastewater in the steps. It involves the removal of biodegradable, dissolved and colloidal organic matter using aerobic biological treatment process. The step mainly includes trickling filters, activated sludge tank, lagoons and anaerobic digester. We shall simply discuss about the trickling filter, one of the secondary treatment process. A trickling filter consists of a bed of highly permeable media on whose surface microorganisms have developed as a slime layer. Wastewater is applied intermittently or sometimes continuously over the media. Organic matter in the wastewater diffuses into the film where it is metabolized. Aerobic conditions are maintained by splashing, diffusion and either by forced air flowing through the bed or natural convection of air if the filter medium is porous. This reduces the BOD by 70%. This is the figure of a trickling filter. It consists of a rotating arm which will rotate the water around it, and it has a bed which has the bacterial growth. The third part, that is the tertiary treatment. Tertiary treatment means that it removes the disease-causing organisms from this wastewater. So it mainly consists of three types of disinfection process. That is, first one is chlorination, second one is UV light radiation, and the third one is ozonation. About chlorination. Chlorination is the most common, cost-effective means of disinfecting water in India. The addition of small amount of chlorine is highly effective against most bacteria, virus and protozoa. But cysts formed by parasitic protozoa such as Cryptosporidium and Giardia can survive chlorine. Chlorine is applied to water in one of the three forms. That is, one form is elemental chlorine, that is chlorine gas, and the form is hypochlorite solution, that is bleaching powder, or dry calcium hypochlorite. All three forms produce free chlorine in water, and this chlorine is being used in the disinfection process. The other type of disinfection process is ultraviolet radiation. When UV radiation penetrates the cell walls of an organism, it damages the genetic matter and prevents the cell from reproducing. Nowadays, emerging technology made UV radiation find a place in both household and large-scale drinking water disinfection. UV light is generated from a low pressure or a medium pressure lamp generating UV light. The third way of disinfecting the water is by ozonation. Ozone is generated on site at water treatment facilities by passing dry oxygen or air through a system of high voltage electrode. Ozone is strongest oxidant disinfectant available, more effective against microbes than chlorination, but costly and difficult to monitor and control under different conditions. So by undergoing these three treatments, that is a primary treatment which includes the screening and sedimentation, the secondary treatment, that is the biological treatment which includes the trickling filter, and the third tertiary treatment which includes the disinfection such as chlorination, UV light as well as ozonation, the water can be made pure or the water treatment process is complete. Just a reminder from the words of Benjamin Franklin, when the well is dry, we will know the worth of water. Without water, there is no life. Thank you.